Hello, this is Tom with my recipe. Uh, it's very easy. I have it here written down. You need some dried yeast, 2 packets, 500 gram per packet. I have even a picture. Yes, these are the ones, and if you have fresh yeast, you need, I think, 42 grams. So you need some flour. I have 800 grams white and 200 grams whole flour. So I have 1 kilogram in total, and then you need 12 grams of salt, and also 600 milliliter of water. I used this whole thing from Hule, but obviously you cannot get that. And this is the pistolet flour, especially also for pistolets. Yeah, so I just put them in a big bowl, mix it with a spoon that they are like not in 2 separate pieces but nicely mixed. Then I make a pit in the middle, and the water and the yeast will go in there. So I have 600 milliliter of water that I'm gonna heat up like a minute on 600 watts or something in the microwave, and it should be lukewarm and not super warm, because otherwise you will burn the yeast. So at the edges of the bowl with flour, we will just add the salt on the edge, but not in the middle, because the salt cannot touch the water plus yeast. That would be bad for the rising of everything, I think. So I put it on the sides like this. And this instant yeast, we have to mix it in the water if it's lukewarm, and let it stand there for like 10 minutes until it looks like this, right? Just let it stand there after mixing it for 10 minutes. I have this type of mixer which is good for the initial mixing of the water with the flour, otherwise it's a nasty business with your hands. So I just pour it in the middle, not touching the salt, obviously. Here you see me in action. Wow. Then you put it all in, yes. And then you can mix it with this thing. And I think I have a movie here, yes. Just mix it on the sides and gradually add more flour, but keep mixing it, so like this, and then on the sides, and then you go nearer and nearer the salt, but in the meantime it will be mixed already good with the flour, and it will not be a problem that it is mixed with the salt, but needs to be added immediately, as you see. Then it gets thicker and thicker, and the machine is getting in trouble. Then it starts to look like this, and then you can like do the rest with your hands if you want, or if your machine is strong enough, you don't need to use your hands at all, obviously. Then it is like this, and then you take it out on a surface, and you put a little bit of white flour on the surface here, and then you have to like give it like do this motion like I'm gonna show you in this video, like 200 times. So yes, 200 times, then it's good. Like this, you push it flat, hop. Yeah. And then this is the result after 200 times. Very nice. And now we need to put it on a plate in the oven. So, and there is like a special technique that you need to do before you put it on there. Not just throw it on there, but do like this. You pull it to the underside. It's like you pull it to the underside from above. And then it's like a bowl. It's getting a nice round shape, bowl shape. So that is a technique. And now we put it in the oven of 30 degrees, or if you don't, your oven does not go to 30 degrees, you can put it on 50 and then turn it off and keep it closed, and it will be okay. And now we have like 30 minutes to wait. Then after 30 minutes is getting bigger and bigger, and then we just push it flat again, and we do the technique like the first time, that we make it into a bowl again. Then we put it in there for another 15 minutes. This is 10, but it's actually 15 minutes. Then it will rise again and be big again. Then we just simply need to make equal pieces, and it's best to weigh them. Just like 70 grams is what I try to have. And then you have like 22 or something pistolets. For each individual, you need to do this technique, which is like the same like with the big piece of dough, but now with the smaller pieces you need to do the same before you put them on the baking tray, like this. And you have, it's the same technique but small scale. You put them on the tray, and if you're ready with them all, you add a little bit of water on top of those, just like with a small brush or a spray can, but just regular water. Then we need to put them back in the oven for 1 hour and a half, but also like at 30 degrees or 25 if possible, or just if it's still warm. You don't have to turn on the oven, just let it sit there. If the oven is still warm, you can let it rest, and then they're gonna increase in size, so you need to make sure you don't put them together, and they're gonna increase. You have 1 hour and a half, so you can do some drumming if you want. And then you see, after a half hour, they already have been growing in size again. Then this is a picture of almost near the end. So after 1 hour and a half, you put them out of the oven. You set the oven to 210 degrees, and then you put a tray with water in them. And if the oven is warm, you put them in for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on your oven. It's a bit of trial and error until you think they look okay, and then they are ready. So yeah, that's And also a tip is that you can, if the ones above are more baked than the ones below, and you can switch the, if after 10 minutes you can, for example, switch the plates and just turn the oven off and let it rest again for 10 minutes, and then it will be more equal. So I hope this helps you guys. Greetings from Belgium from me and Yasmin and the cat Leo, of course, who could not be here because he was messing up the whole recording. Thank you, Leo. Bye.